So some exciting news for the DJI NEO with today's release of the goggles N3, and along with that comes a new Fly app update 1.15.4 and also a new firmware update for the DJI NEO. Let's do this. So hello and welcome once again to the channel on this very fine day here in the UK. And as I've just said, the DJI NEO gets a huge update today with some exciting new features, along with this new update with the Fly app and also an aircraft firmware for the DJI NEO itself. Let's have a look into it and see exactly what's new. So here we go then. As with most updates, you can see there is a new version available. Now that is telling you that there's a Fly app available. It should populate itself when you turn on your controllers. If it doesn't, I'll just run through it very quickly again, just for the new users out there, because this is mainly for DJI NEO. So we're going to Profile and into Settings. Once you get into Settings, if you check for firmware updates, it will give you nothing. It will tell you that the firmware is up to date. But you can see on the left there, the About section, and it's showing you 1.15.4. That's where all the goodies are, and as you can see just there, I'll run through them all in a minute, what they are and what they do. So that's how you get to it if it doesn't auto-populate itself. So moving backwards, if I just flick down my screen, you'll see that it's downloading the updates, and then it's going to tell us once the download has been updated, it will then tell you that you need to actually install it. Once that's finished downloading, you'll be greeted with this, Install Now. And that will basically take you to the installation screen, and that's where you can get all the information. Once that's been installed, you'll see 1.15.4 in the Fly app version, and here's where you need to check your aircraft firmware. So there is an update available, so you need to do this update, otherwise these things won't work. And as you can see on the new firmware update for the DJI NEO 01000400. So let's have a quick look on what we're actually getting. Added support for the DJI goggles N3, which we know about. Added support for vertical shooting. Select corresponding ratio in resolution settings for this mode. I will show you a little demonstration of that a little later on in the video. In-app mobile control, added support for manual control in full screen and control stick mode switch in control settings. Basically what they've done is they've added mode 3 now, so you've got 1, 2 and 3 different stick modes, and also your custom mode as well. Moving on to added support for the audio recording via the app when using the DJI RCN3 or the RCN2. Basically what you can do is you can now use your microphone when it's connected to the controllers, and that will record the voiceover for you as well. And there's two different scenarios which I'll go on to later in the video to show you what they are. Basically two options. One is as it used to be, where it would completely kill all the noise, and then there's another setting that will then preserve some of the ambient noise in the background. But I'll come on to that later in the video. Optimize positioning performance and increase flight speed during tracking. Now, I've not been able to test that out today as I lost light outside, and we know what it's like flying these Neos when there's low light. But I will be doing a follow-up video on that if I find something that's actually better or new. So just using the RCN2 controller to show you this bit, you can see we've got two different types of noise reduction now. One is natural, which reduces the propeller noise while preserving some of the ambient sounds, like I just said, and the other one, which is pure, and that will mute everything except for the human voice. So here's a short test with the RCN2. Yeah, that's tracking me now, and it should be recording on my phone. What it's actually doing is it's capturing the audio through the phone, and it's putting the audio actually on the NEO itself. So it's pretty similar to using just your mobile phone on its own as a standalone audio device, but using it through the RCN2. So I've just got it in follow mode at the moment, that's why I had to sneak around it. And as you can see, and you just heard, the audio works absolutely spot on. So that's using the RCN2 controller. Okay, stop that. Just land it. So moving on to the new feature with the vertical mode. If we go in the camera app and go to 1080p, you can see just there it now enables us to shoot in video mode. And I did try this out. At first I was a little bit confused, as I thought this was just for manual control only, but it's not. You can actually do it in your autonomous modes like dronies and circles, etc. So let's have a quick look at that. So just a quick drone here. As you can see, it's now in 9:16, and it actually records in 9:16 on your Neo. So when you download it off the Neo, you can then literally upload it straight to social media as a TikTok reel or something like that, which is quite a handy, useful tool. So one of the other features that it's brought to the table is the fact that we've now got in the control menu, if we go down, you can see there we've got 3 different types of modes. You've got mode 1, mode 2 and mode 3 for your stick control. Now it did say in the update that it was available in full screen, but I've been unable to find that method. So if anybody out there knows how to get it into full screen mode, then let me know. So there we go, in a nutshell, a few new features for the Neo, as I've just said and demonstrated. And I did a couple of flight tests, only short ones, testing the new audio feature on the Fly app as well for the Neo, which is now in the menu when using the controllers, the RCN2 or the RCN3 controllers, and also that new vertical format for social media. So another advantage there for you. So 1.15.4 is available on the App Store to download. I've downloaded it obviously because it's all about the DJI NEO. It is available for the other drones if you're flying with the RCN2 or RCN1 controllers like with the Mini 2. I have checked through the menus with the RC2 controller, and nothing has actually changed for anything else. So I just thought I'd just add that little one in for you just there. So there we have it in a nutshell. That's it. If you've got some use out of the video, as always, don't forget, give us the old thumbs up. And if you're new around here, why don't you consider subscribing, dinging the dong, and all the rest of it that goes with it. I'm sure you know me by now. And you might like to watch those couple of videos I've chosen for you over there. And if you do, I shall see you over there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.